Hello everyone and welcome to Mall Reviews. Today we are doing another Christmas Critic, but in New Hampshire, at the Mall of New Hampshire. This mall is located in Manchester and just not good when it comes to Christmas decor. And it's also a pretty average mall, may I say. There's nothing really special about it. And as you can see, there is nothing special about their decor as well. Now this mall is not small. I always say that when malls have bad Christmas decor because you would think that the malls that are smaller would have worse Christmas decor, but this mall is actually almost 800,000 square feet of retail space. So their decor should not be that bad because it's a big mall. And pretty much there is two different decorations that they use. They have one type in the original mall and one type in the expansion corridors, which is a lot of the mall. Now, the decor that they have, it's so basic, it's actually kind of, I don't want to use the word, it's kind of sad. So what they have is, since we're in the expansion corridor now, they have a garland wrapped up with that looks like there's ornaments, and a garland that stems out of that, which is pretty weak if you ask me. I don't think it's that good. But yeah, I'm not impressed by this at all. Now, the one thing I do like that this mall does is that in front of not each of the department stores, but in front of Macy's, which is right here, and JCPenney, they have this circle of garland with lights, and I think it's really clever, and it's very pretty. But besides that, as you can see, there it is. It's very pretty, but it's not it's impressive for this mall. But I don't know. I think if this mall had better stuff that was in the rest of the corridors, like here, they'd be getting a higher score for that. But I wasn't impressed by this. I really wasn't. It just seemed like a lot of the malls in New Hampshire, they do this. It seemed like they just wanted to put up. They didn't, wanted, I would not use that word. They felt forced to put up the Christmas decorations because it's when they make a lot of their money. From shoppers, from tenants paying rent, especially now, because earlier this year, a lot of stores were not paying rent. So, anyways, that is our last, we just passed the last wrapped up garland, and now we're going into the original section of the mall, which has it's actually definitely worse than what we just saw. Not that what we just saw was great, but what they do is they have garland again with some ornaments, and then it's basically like an S shape and then rotated on its side, which is not impressive at all, obviously. And it's just disappointing, too, that the Mall of New Hampshire is so, minimalistic and doesn't really care about their decor. Not the actual pieces, but what they put up they don't care about. Does that make sense? We'll just go with it. And it just seems like this mall, or at least the expansion section, not this section, this is the original section, but the expansion section, which has the actual full-on skylights, that could have a lot of, or it does actually, it has a lot of potential that they're not using, which is too bad. Really too bad. Now, I don't know what they could do in this little area that Dick's Sporting Goods has. This was not an expansion, but it was an extension on the current mall, because where we just passed, this would be Sears. This was the former Sears about 2 years ago, and it closed. but they didn't do anything in here, which was disappointing. I would love to see something in there. So I don't think there's really much that I like about this mall's Christmas decorations. It's not even that good for, I mean, like, it's okay for holiday shopping, but that will be for a regular review, not a Christmas Critic. But they do have a decent amount of stores, but a lot of them are average mall stores that you can find at any mall, so I don't know. But it's just, looking back at this now, it does look a lot worse than when I was there. I wish to, we're coming up, I don't know if this is like the center of the mall. The mall doesn't really have a center because of how it's laid out. It's laid out in pretty much a giant, square. So, how it is that there is a giant square, which we're coming towards the end of, and then there's well, this isn't an extension because this is the original mall, but there's another wing that goes out beyond the square, and that's where the Best Buy is. Now, I really wish, now that we're like in what you could call the center court, I wish they did do Garland lights here. It's really just like unfortunate that this mall can't offer more like decorations in very obvious places that would look really good. It's just like disappointing too, because some Simon malls do. Some Simon malls offer very good Christmas decorations, like Chestnut Hill and Auburn and some others, many more others. But here, this is probably one of the worst I've seen. Yeah. But I think, too, all of the malls in New Hampshire don't, like, what I said earlier, they put it up because they have to, in a sense. Because it just, yeah. But it doesn't feel cheery, or it doesn't spread, like, the spirit. At least it didn't to me. It might to others. But there's still not that, okay. What I was going to say was that they're still continuing the S-shaped garlands, and not that that's a bad thing, because sometimes if you have a good thing going, continue it. But if you don't, just, like, not cut it off, but, like, just, do a little bit of it. Like, you don't need to do your whole mall in this. Especially when there's 800,000 square feet. Like, that's a lot of space for barely nothing. So, yeah. Alright, now we're gonna go into the food court, and they also have a circle of garland, which I really do like. That is probably my favorite thing that this mall did. And I think, yeah, there's just so much potential that they're just not doing. And each year, too, I've been coming to this mall during the holidays to see their decorations. This is my 3rd year now, which is kind of crazy. And they just haven't switched it. And a lot of malls have. Like, some malls switch it every year, some never switch theirs. But this is one of the malls where they should... This is one of the malls where they should probably switch it, for next year, because this, I mean, I know how it draws customers, but... Because this is one of the only malls in the area, but... I don't know how, because pretty much, I don't know how to describe it, but pretty much, like, you'll just walk in giant areas, and then will just be, like, one Christmas decoration that's barely noticeable. So that's kind of the issue here, but, yeah, it's so basic and minimalistic and boring. I'm not a fan, Maybe I'll be a fan of them all. when I go review it again for an actual review. But yeah, like I said on my Instagram, it's a 4.8 out of 10, not out of 5. That's too generous. But the Santa display is nice too. But I think the Santa display, a lot of malls just do the same thing, and I think that's part of the issue. But anyways, I'm going to eliminate the Mall of New Hampshire from Christmas Critic. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I have my main account, which is Mall Reviews, obviously. And I have my photography account, which is like behind the scenes, pictures and stuff. That's at Mall Reviews Photography. My Twitter is also at Mall Reviews. And my TikTok is at Mall Reviews. We are wrapping up here at the Mall of New Hampshire, which is in Manchester, New Hampshire. And we're pretty much back at JCPenney. So I will see you all in the next video, which I'm pretty sure will be at Pheasant Lane, but don't quote me on that. Alright. I love you all so much. Oh, and also subscribe and turn on the notification bell. It would mean a lot to me. And thanks. I'll see you in the next video.